Hi folks, welcome back to ENN Coins and Cards, Eagles Nest Numismatics, located here in beautiful Toledo, Ohio. Today, we have a 1987 vendor's box of football cards that we're going to open up live and see how we did. Now, the overall box looks fairly good. It does have a crushed corner here. So probably the first 30 cards or so here are probably going to be dinged. So there's 500 cards in a box, so that puts us down to about 470 with potential for grade. A little bit disappointed this was not mentioned when I purchased the item. However, you know, that's typical eBay, just, you know, people trying to scratch out the most they can with not being very honest, but it is what it is. In the 1987 set, there are many low population coins or cards, but by low population, I mean cards that have graded 10 for registry sets. There's quite a number of cards that have 3 or less 10s that have been graded. I have a full list here. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 4 where they've only graded, 5 where they've only graded 0 10s. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 cards where they've only graded 1 10. So we're hoping to get some of those that grades. The rest at 3 or 2 will still be really good, but we do have a full list here to go by. And I wrote down some of the other cards that we'll be looking for. For the rookies and stars in the set, you have Randall Cunningham, Herschel Walker, Jim Kelly, Charles Haley, Jim Everett, Keith Byers, Keith Ferguson, Doug Flutie, Gary Zimmerman, Ernest Givens, and Leslie O'Neal. There are a couple other rookies that I didn't write down, like Pete Metzelars and some other bills, actually, that, you know, are rookie cards, but not real high dollar, depending upon grade. Second year guys would be Jerry Rice, Bruce Smith, Reggie White, and Steve Young. All good cards, second year. And star cards, a few to mention, would be Montana, Marino, Elway, and Walter Payton. You know, Hall of Famers, etc. Now, you may be asking, Brian, Herschel Walker, Jim Kelly, Doug Flutie, they all have cards from the USFL, and that is very true. These are NFL cards, so they are considered rookie cards for the NFL, and that's why they're written down here. So we're going to dive into it. Now, this box should have a serrated pattern. By that, I mean up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, if they have not been searched. Supposedly, this box is not searched. We're going to open it up and take a look here and see what we have. I'm trying to be, there we go, very careful here. Okay, so this does have the proper pattern to it. As you can see, it's got kind of an up-down pattern all the way through here, which would indicate that these cards have not been searched. So hopefully we'll have some good fresh cards eligible for grading. I did check the registry sets, and there are some of them out there that are very much needing high-grade cards. So we're going to start at the start where the crushed corner is, right down here, and kind of go through and see what we can see here. So we're going to keep that here. And all right. So yeah, these do have some crushed corners here. So we're going to kind of sort through some of these and see if there's anything that's really neat in there. That's actually not too bad. That's a Bobby Joe Edmonds rookie. Not a real high dollar card, but let's see. Here's a Steve Jordan. I forgot to write him down. That is a good rookie there. Okay, you may have heard of this guy before. That's Joe Montana, and that is a really nice card. It does have, at first blush, one little tiny print bubble there, but overall, this is a candidate to be sent in for grading. So that could be a very good card there, folks. We are hoping to get some that would make sense to send in. Now, full disclosure, I paid $100. I won this at bid for $100, this box. I thought it was a great deal, especially if we get some cards that have very low populations that we've written down here. And if we nail a 10 out of a 0 population card, that will more than pay for the box and the grading. But we're going to keep going here. I am going to use my cheat sheet here. Okay, there's another star there. We got Steve Largent. That's a very nice card. We got Art Monk, but he has a damaged corner right there. So that's not going to be pulled out. Okay, so one of my low number guys here just popped up. It's card number 86, Gossett. He is a punter for the Cleveland Browns, and this card looks really nice, but I don't think it will 10. But that is a very low population card. Absolutely 0 have been graded 10. So we're going to put him over in the possibilities of sending in. Here's a Hall of Famer, Stevenson there. Longtime center for the Dolphins. Warren Moon, another Hall of Fame star. There is a Keith Byers rookie, but it does have a damaged corner on it. And then one last little batch of the ones with possible damage on them. Here's another star here. Not good enough to send in, but that is Walter Payton card there. And that should take care of the quote-unquote damaged cards there. We're going to put them over there. Okay, so on to our next batch here. We do have a checklist here. This is number 394. Not going to be good enough to send in because it does have a brown bubble on the back of it here. That will prevent it from getting a high grade. But as a lot of you folks know, the checklist cards are desirable because they were used as checklists, and people actually marked them with pens or pencils. Here's one we have that could be possibly be really good. This is a Jim Burt card here. He was a longtime nose tackle for the Giants, an absolute stalwart on their Super Bowl team. But they only have 2 10s in there. So that one we're going to have to examine a little bit closer and see if that that will work. It looks perfectly centered, looks very nice. So we might hit a lucky one there. There's a Dan Marino. And then the Hall of Famer, Marcus Allen. Not quite good enough to send in, but pretty nice card. Now this is a Chuck Long card. There's only 3 of them that have ever been 10s. But that one, to my eyes, is a little off-center, top to bottom, which in my opinion would keep it out of the 10 quality. So we haven't hit any of the big rookies yet, but we're just a little bit into this box. Okay. Let's see, there's Jim McMahon, master of the Super Bowl Shuffle. And I think this is one. Nope, it is not. Here's one, Lance Mel. Here's another low population guy here, number 139. Yep, right here, Lance Mel. They only made 110 so far. And that, folks, is a nice card. We may have hit a little bit of a lucky patch there. Raul Allegre is not on that list. Here we go. Here's Dave Brown. Dave Brown has a very low population. There's only 110. This one is a really nice card, but it will not 10 because there is a print smear there that'll keep it out of the high grade. So that's a bit of a bummer. Let's see. Here's one, folks. Pretty good looking card. Won't 10, in my opinion. But that guy there, you may have heard of. His name's Jerry Rice. That is his 2nd year card. He's an absolute fan favorite. One of the best of all time. We'll put him there with the possibility of sending in. Let's see, Danny White is not on the list, I don't think. He is not. There's Mongo. And there's Singletary. Here's a Keith Ferguson rookie. It is not worth sending in. Here's a really nice card here. Lawrence Taylor. An absolute beast. And number 232. Just a little bit off center, left to right there, or top to bottom, depending on how you hold the card. That's Roby Booms at Skyward. That's the Dolphins team checklist. There's only one of these that has ever been made a 10, and I think that it's pretty safe to say it's not going to get a 10 from our batch either. Let's see. There's James Lofton. Here's another low mintage one, or low population one. This one here is the Browns team leader. Yep, it's that's the typical left to right off center on the back that prevents this one from going into a 10. So that will not work in my opinion, folks. Let's see. There's a John Offerdahl rookie. Here's a low mintage one right here. This one, bummer, has a bad corner. That's the Fred Young, and there's only 3 of those that have ever been a 10. Here's a Hammer rookie that is absolutely mangled. So, fresh out of the box, and it's just crunched. And yet the very next card is a Wilbur Marshall card, and it's absolutely beautiful. So, no rhyme or reason to that one. Lester Hayes, Rulon Jones, Marty Lyons in there. No. Here's a, oh, what a shame. Here's a second-year Bernie Kosar card with an absolutely crushed corner. And a second-year William Perry. There's a Pepper Johnson rookie. Let's see, is Chris Barr in there? 219. Yes. Chris Barr, kicker for the Raiders. Ooh, folks, that's a nice one. There's only been 3 10s ever made. Hopefully we got one to add to the list there. Here's a Ronnie Lott, Hall of Famer. So as I search through some more here for us, these are the cards that we have so far with a good possibility for grading here. We'll take a second and go over those so you can look at them a little better. Let's see, here's a Freddie Joe Nunn. He's a very low population. However, he is a little too far left-right for a good grade. Here's a Ernest Givens rookie. A Reggie White second-year card. This guy was pretty good, John Elway. That's a really nice card there. There's a possibility for grading that one. Nope, that one won't work either, folks. Okay. Well, we're coming up on the halfway point of this box here. Here's a tough one. Well, bummer. Not going to work. Joe Klecko, that has absolutely 0 10s made, but that one's got a crushed corner there. Here's Dan Fouts. A guy by the name of Tony Dorsett. Here's a low population one. You got Frank Minifield. They only made 3 10s, but that one's got a possibility right there, folks. So we're going to add that to the list. Oh, bummer. Dan Marino's got a bad corner. And when I say bad corner, you know, there's different degrees of bad, but any kind of wear to me is not good. Let's see, number 371. Yes, this is a low mintage one or low population one. However, it is too far off center left to right to be any good. Let's see. Yeah, here's a couple of bills right in a row here. Here's a Pete Metzelar's rookie. This one here, unfortunately, folks, even though it's a rookie, it's got kind of what's called a parallel cut, which means it's thinner on one side and gets thicker, and then thinner and gets thicker. So it was kind of cockeyed in there a little bit. Not good for grading. And an absolute, here's a Bruce Smith, folks, but it has got a very bad print defect right there on the card. That won't work. So that's a bummer on those two right off Jump Street, as they say. Okay, here's another Browns team card. Still has that same left to right bummer. Not gonna work. Here's another John Elway, and that one's pretty nice there, folks. Here's an extremely low population of 1 on this card, but it is left to right, off-centered on the Todd Christensen. Will not work. Okay, so we're running into a whole batch of cards here in a row, all with bad corners on them, folks. So, not good at all. Let's see, Joe Klecko will not work. Okay, so this is how far we've gotten so far, folks. We have these to go yet, and hopefully we can hit another Jerry Rice that might get a 10. We still haven't gotten a, there's Leslie O'Neal. We still haven't gotten a Jim Kelly, a Randall Cunningham, Herschel Walker, Jim Everett. So, here is an absolute stunner Jerry Rice card. So that makes 2 of those. Ferguson and Taylor again. Lofton.